Alrighty, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Daily Roundup webinar. Hope everybody's having a great trading session. Let's take a, well, actually, before I even start, if you guys haven't signed up for the Traders Summit event, make sure you do so, right? You want to just make sure you reserve your spot, even if you can't make it live. Just in case you can, you want to make sure you've got a spot. And then also this way you get a recording of all of these great presentations. I mean, it's a lot of great presentations, a lot of great, oh, look, they threw my picture up there. Oh, that's nice. Man, who's that guy? God, he's good looking. Wow. All right, joking. Anyway, hope to see you guys there. All right, let's go to, Martin says, strange, I can't join the roundup. Hold on really quick. Can you guys, everybody else is joined. Hold on, let me do this for Martin. Hold on. Roundup. Daily roundup. I'm trying to get Martin. He's one of our guys in our chat room. Hold on. Log into ForexAnalytix. Click the button up top that says webinar on air. There is a microphone icon. All right, hopefully you can do that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what's happening. So first and foremost, if you guys haven't seen the dollar yen, the dollar yen's actually breaking some support. We are breaking through the triangle. Now we have that triangle breakdown that should take us down towards this support around the 105, you know, 105.20, the 105.10, 105.20 level. That seems like a pretty realistic expectation for today, tomorrow. You know, are we going to get an extended move lower? It's to be seen, but I want you to look at this really quick, just so you have a better view of the potential here. Okay. So if things continue, we might be able to get down towards the 102, 103 level. If we continue to break down and flush through 104. One of the things I find so interesting about the yen is now that we know that Suga is more than likely going to be the prime minister in Japan, you would have thought that the yen would have weakened. We would have seen a strong move higher, but instead we're getting higher in the yen pairs, meaning weaker yen. What's interesting is we're actually seeing the yen strengthen. So that is what I find probably most suspicious about this move. But technically you can't fight it, right? If you know you're breaking out of this triangle, you kind of got to go with it. So at this point, I do think we're moving lower. Maybe the market, the dollar yen might be looking more at you know, yields and real yields down at zero is just, you know, I mean, it's zero, right? So maybe it's just not very attractive, or you know, perhaps that the people believe, or investors believe, that some of Abe's policies might get unwound regardless because it's Suga, and you know. So anyway, I guess the bottom line is that we are breaking out of this triangle, and I think that there's scope for us to move down towards these support levels, whether it's 105 or maybe even 104. Okay, so hopefully that. Okay, Martin said he is in. Good. Glad you made it in. All right. I was telling everybody here I was trying to get you in there. All right, euro dollar. So the euro, you know, moving back up towards 109, 109 and a quarter. This is, or 109.10, excuse me. This is big resistance, but the cable failed at the 129 level. This is also, I think, very important that we failed here, because this is the underside of that broken trend line. And so, you know, as long as the cable stays below today's highs, I think the risk is that the cable slips back towards 128, right? I think that's possible. The Aussie's a little bit better bid today, but, you know, challenging some resistance here. Same with the Kiwi. Kiwi's better bid, but we came right up to resistance. If you don't recall, the resistance that we wrote down today was at 67.20. The high is 67.18. So, we basically went right up to resistance, right to the 618, and we're stalling there. Is this a good risk reward for a short? I think it is. I have a New Zealand yen short, so I'm not going to be adding at this point because I just took on some dollar yen short this morning when we were at 107.80, or I'm sorry, 105.70. Excuse me, 77. I think is where I shorted it. Sorry, didn't mean to yawn. But anyway, because I'm already short some New Zealand yen, because I got short some dollar yen, I don't want to be overexposed here and just start shorting more Kiwi. But I do think the Kiwi should fail up here, bottom line. The dollar Canadian, I have to point out, the dollar Canadian is holding up very well despite the rally in risk. And if you are short dollar Canadians, which I don't expect anybody here to be, but you have to put yourself in the shoes of somebody who is, trading the dollar CAD. If you're short the dollar CAD, and you're probably wondering at this point, oh my God, we just saw, a percent, almost 2% rally in the S&Ps from Friday. And how is the dollar Canadian not trading down at 131? And because it's not, that resiliency that we're seeing in the dollar Canadian really is telling us that, the risk now is the dollar Canadian actually breaks higher. Am I adding to my dollar Canadian exposure? Not yet, not ahead of the FOMC, but I think it bodes well for anybody who's long, which, I am, and some of you might be as well. So I think that, we continue to carve out what I think we're doing here is developing some sort of inverted head and shoulder pattern in the dollar Canadian, where a break above 132.50 or 133 is going to produce a move back to the 200-day moving average towards this level. That's what I think is working right now with the dollar Canadian. Now let's take the flip side to that, is the dollar Mexican peso. I feel a little bit better about being long dollar Canadian if the dollar Mexican peso was stronger. Now we are below the 618, and as long as we stay below this 200-day moving average, it is heavy. And look, we're approaching the 127% extension of the last move higher, and that comes in at basically 21. So dollar Mexican peso, like I said, I'd feel a lot better if we turned around and rallied. That'd make me feel better about being long the dollar Canadian. I think, US against other North American currencies, if they're all moving together, that's a good thing, right? One last thing I want to cover. Oh, gold. You gotta watch gold here. It's strengthened pretty good, and we're above that trend line resistance. Now that doesn't mean that's where we're going to close the day. We're back at the 618, but if we close above 1960, that would be probably a pretty bullish sign. I don't think that that's going to happen, but it's something that we should keep an eye on. Especially if you're trading dollars. If you're trading the dollar on the long side, you want to see the gold move lower. The yen gold correlation has been off for a while, so I'm using this more as a dollar correlation. So I want to just see the gold move down. That would strengthen the dollar, at least against any other currency but the yen. The yen's kind of doing its own thing right now. Last thing, the S&P is higher, but does it look bullish? We're still below 3,400. So as long as we stay below 3,400, 3,425, all I think is happening right now is just bouncing around, consolidating these losses. All right. So guys and gals, don't forget, if you haven't signed up for the Trader Summit, make sure you do so. And I want to thank you all for listening in today on the Daily Roundup. And I appreciate each and every one of your support, as always. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning on Face. And Alexander says, thanks, Blake. See you tomorrow. And you're welcome. See you, Brock. You're welcome. You guys have a great one. Thanks, everybody.